as a young lady.
That's right.
All right, Dr. Fabulous, you're up.
All right, well, everyone, you know I'm big. I'm gonna tell you the truth, just the way it is, because I love to be loved. I love to be pampered, and that's why my name is Dr. Fabulous, because I believe I deserve nothing less than fabulousness. Okay. So with that being said, we kind of covered a question that I had. How does Valentine's Day affect your relationship? And of course, with what I'm hearing, it could be a good thing or it can be a bad thing. So I'm not going to interject anymore onto that question, but listen to this. If you are single or married, how do you feel the day of Valentine? Do you want intimately, or do you want to do something just casually and go out and be seen as a couple? Tell me, how would you like to spend your Valentine's Day? And I would like for you to be creative. So you know who I'm going to ask this question first. Nobody other than Mr. Malik. Make it jazzy and make it good for me. Tell me how you will create the best Valentine's Day possible.
Well, I will start out in the morning with a kiss, conversation, and laughter. And throughout the day, a phone call. And then after the evening, when the evening comes, I think I would have something like a restaurant. Y'all know I like to entertain. So I will go to a 5-star restaurant with the candlelights. Everything is low. And then from there, take it to a jazz. I'm into jazz. I'm into live music. So I will go to that. From that, sip some wine, Moscato. I love margaritas and Jose Cuervo. Then from that, go back. I will have it already laid out, rose petals from the door all the way to the bedroom. From that point, you know, it's gonna be lingerie, and that's all. I think enough has been said after that, baby Kate, for sure.
Oh, okay. So you created your atmosphere. So I'll just move on down. I want some woman. I'll come down to Trisha. I want to hear how you put on a Valentine's spectacular.
Well, this year my Valentine is long distance. So we have plans, I guess, to celebrate next weekend, but I've already got, you know, my lingerie ready, and, you know, because I thought ahead, like, you know, this is what I want to do. So I've already got my, you know, my little gifts and stuff together. So I'm ready. But, you know, it doesn't, I guess if he was here, it'd be different, but it, you know, it is what it is. We put it that way.
Gotcha. Well, you know what? It's a lot of women that have long distance relationships, and we have to do what we have to do. We just make the moment special when you get together. So you have to learn how to put back a little feeling and save it for that occasion when you get with them. So I understand that. Miss Millie, would you share with me how you would create a beautiful Valentine's Day?
Well, when I'm in a relationship, where the last time I wrapped the lingerie that I wanted to put on for him and gave it to him as a gift.
Okay, now.
Feeling that idea.
And I cooked a very, very nice dinner because I did not want to go out in the public because I wanted him all to myself, and I wanted to stay at home and keep it intimate. So I cooked a nice dinner, and everything I cooked was where we can feed each other. Made sure we can feed each other with it. So everything that we ate, and made sure we had us some good wine and had his beverage of choice and some nice old school music. And I put on a little TV show for him, etc. So something of that nature is how I usually go in. When I go in, I go all the way in.
Well, all right, Miss Millie, you've given us some good old lessons. Put the lingerie in his gift basket. Okay, that's a good idea. Okay.
Because you know we got to make sure it fit all the curves that we want them to fit, right? So we got to go ahead and pick it.
There you go. Because you don't want to get your size extra large when you need that 2X.
Hello?
So that's what it is. That's what it is. Anywho, we're gonna roll on over there to Dr. Feelgood. I really want to know what Dr. Feelgood putting down.
Look, for this year, I'm gonna be spending it with my day before birthday present, my son Daniel. Which is gonna be special. He gonna have cake. He gonna party with his brothers and his mama and his daddy, and he gonna have a good time. Then I take it back home. But if I was to have an intimate, Valentine's Day, what I would do was it wouldn't start on Valentine's Day. It'd start probably a couple of days before. Just a little poetry, a little reading, saying, hey, move, as we get along, just talking and touching. Because, physical touch is a love language.
Hey.
And I like to touch. We ain't gotta use pole ain't a Valentine's Day gift. I'm sorry, use pole ain't a Valentine's Day gift. So that's it'd be nice, but it ain't the gift. But just spending time in the presence and just enjoying the company. That's what makes everything special. Like I said, our presence is the present. Because if we can't enjoy each other while we're around each other, then why are we together?
All right now.
Well, I like that. I like that, Dr. Feelgood. Is there anyone else that would like to share with me how they would make their Valentine's Day extra special?
I would like to.
Okay, go right ahead.
One year, when my ex and I were courting, I did something different, and I talked with his roommate at the time and planned to go to his house, and my sister and my mom's helped me out that year, and they wrapped this big old refrigerator box up, and I went over to his house, and his best friend let me in while he was still upstairs, and I got into the box, took all my clothes off, put this big giant bow on, and when he came downstairs to unwrap the gift, I popped out. Unfortunately, I almost caused him a heart attack, but
I like it.
Now that was cute. A refrigerator box. Okay, girl. You better work.
I'm taking notes, y'all. I'm taking notes tonight, okay?
Take notes. What you talking about?
Like
now,
that.
I want to hear from my young ladies.
Yeah, it didn't cost me anything, and it was the thought. I put thought into it. That's what I'm talking about. You don't have to spend any money. Personally, I did spend money to buy the wrapping paper, but hey, you go to Dollar Tree for that. You know what I mean?
It was worth it.
Yeah.
I got you. That was just a moment in time right there. Okay. Do I have any young ladies under the age of 25 or under the age of 30 that would like to share? I think Marlena and Zakiya, is that the name?
Zakiya.
Would one of you like to share? Marlena, what are you planning for Valentine's?
Listen, if I didn't have to work, it would be such a different story. But for Valentine's Day, I plan to go to work, then go out to a nice dinner, and then the next day will be my birthday. Woo woo.
Woo woo. We already know the 15th. I got you. Okay, so it's work, then to dinner. Okay, gotcha. All right. Is there anyone else that would like to share?
Hanson, sweet.
I guess I would like to share.
Go ahead and share.
Okay, so with this being my first time actually doing anything, the guy that I'm with, I'm gonna just wait till he get off work. We're gonna go out to eat, and we're just gonna go to his place and put on some lingerie and then just call that a night.
All right, now that's gonna be a good night.
Okay, well that's
you don't remember that song back in the day?
segue.
Remember that Johnny Gill song? My.
My.
They put on, see, and Miss Millie got it on that red dress.
And
got them
some of
high
your
heels?
sweet perfume
And some of that
Okay.
sweet
Millie
perfume.
Time.
good on you.
Right. All right. Well, that is segue into my next question. Is it prerequisite that you're intimate with your partner on Valentine's? Is that a prerequisite? Yes or no?
Dr. Fabulous, I'd like to answer that.
Go right
Um,
ahead.
It is a prerequisite, but intimacy does not necessarily equate sex.
Okay.
Okay, so we can be intimate just by being in each other's presence. Some of my best moments have not involved sex with my guy. They have
Great
been just
answer.
us being together, lying there just talking, or you know, just lying there in silence. But you know, those are some of the most intimate moments where you get to share, you know, what you're really thinking and what you're really about. So yes, intimacy is a prerequisite. It has to happen. We have to have that. But it doesn't necessarily mean that we have to have sex.
All right. So I'm going to go over to my first cousin. I would like to know, is it a prerequisite and your format of intimacy?
No, I'm actually going to have to piggyback up what Miss Tricia just said. I think she gave the perfect answer. Intimacy does not equate to sex.
Okay.
For us old heads, there was a song by Jermaine Stewart came out in the 80s saying we don't have to take our clothes off to have a good time.
There
And
you
that's
go.
such a true statement. So Miss Tricia, thank you for making that statement first. I have to echo that sentiment 1000%.
Great answers, people. You know, when
We
it
can
comes
dance
in,
and
and
party
I'm
all
that
night and drink some cherry wine.
drink some cherry wine. Well, being a widower and back in the dating game, you know, I take Valentine's a little different, but trust and believe they know that when Valentine comes, even if we're not in the same city, what did I say? UPS, FedEx, it better be at the front door. Because when we connect, they already know what time it is. So with that being said, I'm gonna move right along and give it to the smooth voice of Dr. Feelgood. Dr. Feelgood, you ready for Valentine's?
I'm ready, Dr. Fabulous. You're so
All
amazing.
right.
And I love
Okay.
your, like I said again, I love your hair. You're looking good. The earrings are set it off. You got your glasses all looking good, you know.
Oh, thank
Good
you.
enough
Thank
for a
you.
meal to put on a cracker and just sop you up. But
Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
anyway, ladies and gents, you know who this is. It's the Dr. Feel Good. The S stands for sexy. Well, my question is a historical one.
Oh God.
Can anybody tell me who Saint Valentine was? Anybody?
Ooh, child.
I'm not even gonna get the phone to do it either.
Come on, young people. Y'all should know this.
Body.
Who was it? Cupid?
Give it to us, Dr. Feel Good.
All right. Saint Valentine's they really don't know if he was a made-up person or not. Probably was, but he was a Roman priest and a physician who suffered martyrdom during the persecution of Christians by the Emperor Claudius II Gothicus about the year 270. He was in what's known as Naples now. He was going and he would help people, the poor people. Claudius too was very, you know, he was trying to get people together. Claudius too was the type of guy who didn't want to be upstage. So you hear a guy named Valentine, and he's like, hey, we don't want this guy. So he was crucified, and later on, about 100 years later, in the 5th century AD, he was beatified and became a saint. Now, he's the patron saint of lovers, epileptics, and beekeepers. You know, beekeepers got that honey. And epileptics, you know, that's the same move you make after after you go so it all matters. It all makes sense. But Pope Junius I, he reportedly built a basilica. A basilica is like a statue over his grave. So he was what it is that you have to look at, what does that mean? It means even to the point of death, you should always seek love. You should always, love should be a destination. Because a lot of times, especially in today's, we lust them and leave them. That's the bottom line. A lot of us, you know, everybody, we got microwaves, we got ATMs, we, you know, and how many cable channels we got, we be flipping through. Watch, you know, we are so addicted to having stuff now that the average person takes about 45 seconds to look at their phone. I bet you looked, didn't you? But anyway, the idea is that love is a pursuit. We want love, but it's not a straight line. Like my lovely sister said, it's kind of a job. If you're in a relationship, you got to be able to relate. You can't be with somebody and you don't like them. You can't be with somebody and expect one person to do all the heavy lifting and you just there looking cute. You gotta study that person. You got to be with that person. You got to understand that person, because once you do that, once you get to know a person, then you know what they like, what they don't like, and y'all work on it together. It's all, you know, razzle dazzle, you said, it ain't no 50-50, ain't no such thing as 50-50 in anything. Because that means you only being half behind. But like I said, imagine giving your life. We talked about this last week with the philos, eros, and agape, or a couple of weeks ago. You giving your life for somebody else so that they can live. Now that's the ultimate form of love. Turn to your neighbor and say, I love you, neighbor.
I love you, neighbor.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Because, you know, love is kind, love is good, but love is not enough. Love is not enough. You got to put in the work to get what you need. And saying that, just a quick, that's kind of how my case study is going to go. The next question I have is, I'm about to start a war. Who benefits more from Valentine's Day, men or women?
Women.
Go ahead first, cuz. Why do women benefit more?
Because society has geared up to have everything catered to the woman. A smart man will understand that a woman can control everything. A woman runs the world. A smart man would understand and realize and acknowledge that. So when it comes to Valentine's Day, this is just another opportunity for the women to show that they are in charge. They are in charge. So they benefit more from Valentine's Day because they receive the most gifts. They get pampered the most. These spas and saunas, they're not set up for men. They're set up for women. Men don't have a spa day. Men have a day where they can go and smoke a cigar or go watch the ball game and eat some wings. Women have a spa day, a complete day where they get up in the morning, they leave the kids, the husband, the house, and everything behind, and they at the spa the entire day for the whole weekend.
First cousin, I'm gonna jump right in here.
That's
not true.
That's not true.
You can have a spa day with a couple. I've done it. It's a beautiful thing. So if you would like a spa day, I'm going to suggest that to your beautiful wife, because they have wonderful spas for couples, and it's very romantic. Yep. And you get that feel good, just like your wife.
Well, Dr. Feldes, thank you for that. But the couple spa day only started about 9.5 years ago when the men started going, because it became a fashion. It was originally created for the woman. The woman was the one that was pampered. The men just started tagging along about 9 to 10 years ago.
Well, you can tag along.
Tagging along,
tag along.
but
We're tagging along.
reason,
But we know, and the reason we're tagging along is not because we want to go, it's because our wives are
Exactly.
saying, hey, come on and have this spa day with me. Come on and do this with me. This will be cute.
Bobby, you don't like a
But-
good massage?
I like a
Yeah.
good plate of oxtails and collard greens.
Yeah, he like to
Oh
eat.
Lord, oh Lord. Okay.
Miss
I
Miller.
agree with both of you. And the reason why I say that, men initially never wanted to be pampered. Valentine's Day is somewhat commercialized for women, yes,
Yeah.
because men don't give a rip. They just want the booty.
Use
At the
Fox
end of the
David
day,
gift.
they just want the booty. So
Right.
when it comes down to the commercialized Valentine's Day, because Dr. Feelgood gave us the history of it, but the
Right.
commercialized, yes, it's based on women, because you know why? If the man goes out and does all this stuff for this woman, they know at the end of the day what they're gonna get. I'm just being real.
Mhm.
Okay, can I touch on that, Miss
Tawana.
Mr. Wanda.
Tawana.
Right. Okay, Tawana. I think we kind of ping pong on that a little one time before, which is this right here. Whoever said that a woman moochie is all that and my wood ain't worth nothing? So what I'm trying to explain to you, Mr. Warner, I feel good about myself because I asked a question. I do have a talk show. We'll talk about it a little bit later. And the question was this: who is the prize? Is it the man or the woman? Because sometimes men, we feel like we're the prize. Women, I get it. Y'all feel like y'all the prize. But I think together, first cousin, we all both can become a prize, but it shouldn't be all in her favor and I'm not worth a damn hill of beans. That ain't cool, man. Really.
Well, if you put down like you're supposed to put down, you won't have to worry about it.
Oh!
Oh,
I agree with him when he says that, but remember what I said, commercialized. It's
Exactly.
commercialized. I'm not saying it's right, but in order for people to make money or to make everybody happy, who is really going to be happy? At the end of the day, the woman is going to get all of the luxury, but the man is going to get the pleasure along with the woman, but that's their focus, is that pleasure at the end of the day. So you have to realize that commercialized to get the woman to be luxurized, but at the end of the day, in order to get that luxury, the man go out there and purchase it, give it to the woman's happy, and hey, you don't have no fight to get what you want. That cookie right there.
Right. Okay, but see, a little bit earlier, I mentioned that it's a little opposite for me because I give and they give. It's not all about me, a man giving to them. I keep explaining that to you because you got to understand that. So I don't know what better way to say it, to keep it, PG. But remember, good wood is important, just like your good moochie is important. Holla.
Well, you got to look at it now with that good wood. You can go buy that if you need it.
Well, you could go buy a good cookie too, but what I'm saying, I agree with him. I think it needs to be equal.
It gotta be equal.
But I just keep in mind, I'm not saying that it's right. I was just saying the commercialized is based on the woman, and that's basically what the question was regarding, is the fact that what is it based on, and does intimacy or sex have to be involved? Am I correct? That was the question. So my thing is this: it's based on a woman. It all of it's commercialized around a woman. So yes, you as an individual, you as a couple need to make sure it's equal. Y'all both putting the same effort into it. But when you're not putting the same effort into it, then guess what? It's going to be based off of that woman. And a lot of men or a lot of women use it against a man to say, okay, if I get something good for Valentine's Day, or if I get something good, period, I know I'm gonna give you this, but if I don't, that's based on, okay, you're not gonna get this, or you might not get as much, or you just gonna get, lazy. It's just all a matter, but it's still at the end of the day, it's commercialized based on a woman.
I agree with the commercialized. Okay, I agree with that.
So are we in agreement that Valentine's Day benefits the woman more, even though the man may get a little bit of stuff?
I think it depends on the couple, Dr. Feelgood, because if you're in exclusive relationship, it's gonna benefit both of y'all. It ain't just gonna benefit her. Because she's gonna make sure I'm good, just like Miss Millie say, and I'm gonna make sure she's good. So it's evenly balanced, brother, evenly yoked. Now, if you just casually dating, then like you say, everybody out to get what they can get. And we already know, catch this slogan now. You might you get your pen. 2 tits in a split. A woman will do what she need to do to get what she need to get. I get that. I understand that. Okay. But like I say, at the end of the day, if you at the end of the day, if you're exclusive, then it's going to be evenly yoked for everybody.
Mr. Malik, could you say that one more time, please?
Well, you don't want to hear it.
2 tits in a split. A woman will do what she need to do to get what she needs to get.
As a woman, you don't always have to use that to get what you need.
I guess the only thing I say too is
You don't have to.
That's
when,
true.
when you say equally yoked, it almost sounds like you mean everything got to be right down the middle, Mr. Malik.
What I'm saying, equally yoked is like, I do for you, you do for me. Ain't nobody keeping no tabs because we exclusive. You know what I mean? So that's the best way to go. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody keeping no tabs. You bought this, you bought that. I'm buying too. We all doing for each other on one accord. So everybody's happy.
It's complementary, not compensatory. So, you know,
I like that.
Right. Because if you keep in tabs, then really are y'all in a relationship or are y'all in a transaction?
Business. Yeah, a business relationship.
Exactly.
I agree. I think it's childish to keep tabs. Anyway.
It is.
I mean,
right.
But with Malik saying, to me, with him saying about the 2 T's, et cetera, it makes it sound like a woman, putting it that way, almost make it sound like the lady is being a garden tool.
Well, not a garden tool, but
not the rate.
But it's what men look at, because
he's saying from a man's perspective.
Yeah, no matter what, a man gonna look at what your equipment, because your equipment shows more than our equipment. That's why y'all don't like us wearing gray sweatpants if we can't afford to wear them.
So what about if the equipment don't work?
The equipment don't work, then you gotta love them anyway. For richer, for poorer, for hard, for soft. Yeah, if you love him, you love him. And he got a tongue that work and hands. And toys. But I understand what you're saying, Ms. V. I'm just what I'm saying is that, you know, going back to what Razzle Dazzle was saying, we have to be complementary to each other.
Right, I get that.
We can't be in competition, because if I'm worried about just getting mine, then I'm not really doing anything.
Right.
If you worried about getting yours, you ain't really doing anything.
You don't need to be
you might as well just get a battery operated boyfriend.
That's right.
And I might as well use Rosie O'Handy and Mary Palmer. Use both to have a threesome, but that's another story.
Oh God!
But this has been I'm having a blast. I want to thank each and every one of y'all for being on. But I mean, our questions were so not similar, but our questions linked together so well that we're near the end. So I'm turning it back over to the first cuz. Go on, first cuz.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and say, Dr. Fabulous, you want to go ahead and give us your closing remarks?
Okay. Well, I just want to tell everyone, Valentine's is Monday. If you buy a card, sign it, put it in the envelope. If you buy some candy, take it out the bag. If you don't have no one to love, guess what? Love yourself.
All right now.
Okay. So also, with that being said, I'm gonna put it out here. My baby, my oldest daughter, her birthday is February 15th, and we're going to Jayville to celebrate the weekend after. So we look forward to seeing you, first cousin, and we might look you up also, Tawana. So keep that in mind, and I'm gonna turn it back over to my favorite first cousin.
All right, Dr. Fabulous and Dr. Feelgood, thank you so much for hosting the show tonight. Everyone, we want to thank you for coming on and having a good time with us. We were talking about Valentine's Day. That's been the topic of the night, and things that happen during Valentine's Day. What's expected, What are some of the crazy things that happened? What's been some horror stories? And everyone, we thank you for sharing all of your input. We want to ask that you go to YouTube, Upscale Love, the number 4, the letter U. That's Upscale Love for you. It's on YouTube. Go in there and check us out. Just hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the send button. Spread the word about Upscale Love for you. This show has been growing more and more and more. We're able to reach people all across the nation. We've gone from California all the way to the mountains of Tennessee. So that's a pretty big stretch where we're reaching people and people are tuning in and checking us out here at Upscale Love for you. Also, send us an email. We're going to have an episode coming up called Dr. Feelgood's Case Studies. And we're taking the information that we're receiving from the emails about things that may be going on in your life. And we're going to present that to the audience as far as how can we help someone with something they may be going through. We've received emails before, and we're taking this information and we want to make sure we approach it in the proper way to address people's concerns. If you have a concern, upscaleloveforyou@gmail.com. That's upscalelove, the number 4, the letter U, @gmail.com. Send us an email. Let us know what's on your mind. If you have a particular topic that you want to discuss, if you have something that's going on, and there's no topic, absolutely no topic that we don't cover. We are able to talk about any and everything, and we do it in such a classy way. Also, being that this is Valentine's Day weekend, I want to give a quick plug to Mr. Malik. Him and my wonderful co-host, Dr. Fabulous, they have a show called Score Bigger Dating. ScoreBiggerDating.com. It's on Facebook Live tomorrow night at 8:30, maybe 8:32, maybe 8:32. Score Bigger
Maybe 9 o'clock. Maybe
Check
9
them
o'clock.
Check them out.
Fabulous.
They have a wonderful show, ScoreBiggerDating.com. They have a lot of good stuff, and believe it or not, Mr. Malik, he actually sends the prizes if you win the prize. It may take him 3 months to send it to you. He actually sends, he's a man of his word. I'm going to vouch for it. He actually do what he says he's going to do. So please support ScoreBiggerDating.com. Miss Millie, can you give us the name of your business one more time, please?
Millie's Jewelry.shop on Facebook. That's MILLYS Jewelry.shop. I put it in the chat.
And it's in the chat. Check the chat. Millie's Jewelry Shop. And it's on Facebook. Check her out. Support the Black business. Everyone, thank you so much for coming tonight. Stay safe, stay positive, and stay upscale for love. Y'all have a good night.
Good night.
All right, first
Good
cuz. See
night.
you tomorrow, baby boy.
Thanks.
All right.
Good night.
All right. Fabulous Miss Millie, Dr.